Who doesn't say anything when everyone else is asking questions? Also, why does quiet sometimes say more than words any day? It looks like Bill Gaither and Lynda Randle are no longer together. Fans who had been paying close attention could feel it. The smiles, the unity, and the moments on stage started to go away. The change was seen, but no one talked about it directly. Now that Bill Gaither has finally spoken out about Lynda Randle, what he said has shocked and moved many people. The story goes deeper than anyone thought, and now we know the truth. Stay tuned to find out what. It really did happen. From the beginning, Bill Gaither and Lynda Randle had a special and strong bond. They didn't become friends right away. Over time, songs, tours, and quiet times on and off the stage helped it grow. When they stood together in front of a crowd, something soft but strong would happen. It seemed like they were meant to sing together because their sounds blended so well. It wasn't just the music, though. There was a lot more going on than just the songs. People could feel. They respect and trust each other and have a close, almost family-like relationship. People started to notice more than just the melodies over time. They saw how Bill and Lynda looked at each other while singing. Of course. The kind of looks that come from being friends for a long time. A smile could say more than words. There were jokes between people. They laughed warmly and understood deeply, so nothing needed to be said. Their performance on stage made you feel like you were watching two close friends enjoying each other's company. That love reached the crowd and made them sense that you are a part of something special and comfortable. She was more than just a singer. She put everything she had into every song. Her deep voice and happy spirit lit up the room. Even the saddest hearts were brightened by performances. Fans loved her for more than just her voice. They loved how kind and graceful she was. Bill often said that she was a bright spot in the Gaither family and that just being there made everything better. And Lynda always said how much she appreciated Bill's help in her personal and work life. Their respect for each other stood out and made their. It feels real and rare to have a friend. Fans loved this link and thought it would stay the same forever. Bill and Lynda's relationship seemed rock-strong in a world where stress and time often test them. People came to know they could count on it. It felt like more than just a show when Gaither performed. It was like coming home. It felt good to join because of familiar faces, favorite songs, and the fact that Bill and Lynda were clearly friends. People didn't just remember the music when they thought about their trip together. They remembered how kind and loyal Bill and Lynda were to each other all the time. It was clear from their story that strong bonds don't always come from big events. Supporting each other quietly and just being there for each other can lead to the strongest bonds. Their voices did more than just harmonize when they sang together. They drew a picture of community. There was no need for them to be perfect friends. It was about being there. The point was to share happiness, carry each other's loads, and walk hand in hand. Cindy and Bill showed the world that blood doesn't always make a family. It's about love, memories you both have, and a promise you never break. But after many happy years together, something started to feel off. Fans slowly started to notice that Lynda Randle wasn't going to all of Gaither's events anymore. There was no reason given for her departure, which caused whispers and worries. Folks who had been following their journey for a while started to wonder what had changed. Instead of ignoring the questions or letting the report spread, Bill Gaither did the right thing and spoke out. Neither did he mean to draw attention to himself or make news stories. He only wanted to tell the truth in a kind and polite way. Bill and Lynda took a different path than most famous people do these days, who often talk about their whole lives, even the hard parts. They chose to keep it quiet not because they wanted to keep something secret, but because they thought some things were too personal to share with everyone. They showed that commitment doesn't always happen in front of cameras and a lot of people. It's not always necessary to make big claims when you support someone. Sometimes it means loving someone without needing to be told you're good enough. When Bill Gaither finally talked about Lynda Randle's departure, it showed how close they were as friends. He said Lynda had been having problems in her personal life and needed some time off. It was just a normal day in the life that called for rest and healing. There was no drama or strife. And he made it clear that their breakup wasn't a sign of a broken relationship. Instead, it was a way to show respect for what each person was going through. Give someone room without asking them to explain things. That's sometimes real love. As Bill talked about these things, it was clear how much he cared about Lynda. His words were calm and important. True love and loyalty don't have to be loud, he proved. They're often shown by being patient and supportive when things are hard. Lynda was still connected to the Gaither family. It had just been quiet for a while. So that she could have time for herself, their relationship was never just about music. Trust, a past together, and a strong bond to each other were what made it work. They showed how strong their bond was by being there for each other when things got tough. They had beautiful sounds together on stage, but the most beautiful thing was how they cared for each other when no one was looking. That kind of quiet strength showed me a lot about what a real friend is like. When you look at their relationship now, it's clear that real friendship isn't about always being together or getting praise from other people. It is about how to keep in touch with each other through good and bad times. Some problems can be seen, but others can't. But a strong bond stays strong through it all. That's precisely what took place between Bill and Lynda. Their bond didn't weaken even though they weren't singing together. It went on quietly behind the scenes. When Bill finally told the reason Lynda wasn't there wasn't to make people feel bad. It came from a place of genuine care. He told everyone that fame had never been the point of their friendship. It was about being strong together, especially when things got hard. Fans could see the real person behind the acts because he was honest. He told them that the best help often comes in the form of quiet actions. It's strong, but not always loud or flashy. The same for people who had been following Bill and Lynda's story for years. His honesty made me feel better. A lot of. I didn't understand why she wasn't on stage. They now knew that her time away wasn't because of a fight. It was just life, with its ups and downs, and she needed to get better. That helped longtime fans feel better about their worries. The answer came right away after Bill spoke. A lot of fans wrote sweet words of love and support on social media. It wasn't just Lynda's voice that people missed. They were thanking each other from the bottom of their hearts for the friendship that had changed their lives. People looked up to her because she was strong and dealt with hard times in a quiet way. Her not being there wasn't seen as a sign of weakness. A lot of people saw it as a powerful way to take care of themselves. People praised both her and Bill for how kind and understanding they were during the whole thing. As time went on, remembering their past achievements became more important. Fans started to remember the special times when Bill and Lynda stood next to each other and sang, smiled, and made each other feel better. It wasn't all about music back then. They were about how much they trusted each other after being together for a long time. Now that I think about it, their singing and smiles together seem to tell an even bigger story. These showed there was a bond that had been through good times and bad. There was then a word from Lynda herself that made everyone cry. She wasn't sad when she talked, she was thankful. While she was gone, Bill and the rest of the Gaither family helped her out. She said that people need to take a step back from time to time, not because they no longer love, but because they want to protect that love. She thanked everyone for their help, and her words showed how much it meant to her. Cindy made it clear that her heart had never left, even though she hadn't been around as much. She stayed close to the Gaither family. She still loved them very much. It had even gotten deeper. Everything she said was similar to what Bill had said before. When love and respect are present, silence can say more than words. The link between people is what's left when the lights go out and the stage is quiet. The bond between Bill Gaither and Lynda Randle was one of those strong ones that didn't need any attention to show how strong it was. It was never exciting or hard for them on their journey. It was shaped by peace and quiet, trust and loyalty. There were no big speeches, just care that didn't change, even when things were hard. It didn't matter how often they saw each other. They were on the same stage. During the quiet times, it was proven. Bill and Lynda showed that public appearances and praise aren't the only ways to tell if a relationship is real. Small, quiet things, like checking in when no one else knows something is wrong, help build them. That they told us shows that real love and friendship don't have to be loud. Bonds that are truly important often grow far from the bright light. A deep, honest friendship grew between them over time. It was built on understanding and shared ideals. Not for show. It came from being kind, patient, and determined to stay together as things changed in their lives. They were very close because of more than just the music they shared. They were also there for each other when the music stopped. Bill and Lynda were deeply committed to each other, but their love was quiet and didn't ask to be noticed. It just was. Fans loved that quiet strength the most about them. Their story turned into more than just a business relationship. It turned into a promise that was kept in silence over the years. Fans began to notice small changes over time. People who were paying close attention could tell Lynda wasn't around as much, but there wasn't a sudden change. She missed some trips. People used to know her voice from new songs and live shows, but not as often. Things changed slowly and gently, but they made people worry. A rising mystery was going on behind those small changes. Not a single person talked about it. No one spoke out or gave a clear reason, but there was a lot of silence. Fans of a long time began to wonder. Some people thought it was an individual choice. Some people thought it might be something more serious, like a health problem or a family problem. There were no words needed because the quiet spoke volumes. But at the same time, the gospel community depends on being close and having moments together. It was so noticeable when Lynda wasn't there because of this. A lot of people started to quietly guess. Even though they didn't know what had changed, they knew something had. But